What is going on, everybody? I just got so many messages privately from people asking me exactly how is it that you get social proof for your ads before putting them on Facebook. And I figured what best way than to make a video explaining, a matter of fact, not just explaining, but showing you step by step how to make an ad and social proofing it so that way you can be profitable today. Let's go! So I can learn how to love. Oh, trust me, that look, I know that look. It's the look that when you go into Facebook Ads Manager or your editor and you make this ad that you know, it's just remarkable. There's nothing that could possibly be wrong with it. It's like, who wouldn't want to click or watch my ad video, right? And then you go ahead and you launch that ad. And after 24 hours to 48 hours, you have a whopping 12 to 24 post engagements. I know the feeling exactly. So this is why I'm making this video. So I want to walk you guys through step by step on how it is that I was able to get over 1,000 post engagements in less than 24 hours. And not only that, but for pennies on the dollar. All right. So when I talk about social post engagements, I'm mainly speaking about social proof. Now, what is social proof, right? For those of you who don't know, we'll read. Social proof is a psychological and social phenomenon where people assume the actions of others in an attempt to reflect correct behavior in a given situation. So what that pretty much means is that people need validation that that piece of content that they're looking at or they're watching is worth liking or is it worth sharing. So when a content or a post already has engagement in there, they're already thinking in their head saying, all right, well, this content was good enough for somebody to take their time out to like, and it was also good enough for them to share. So these are the things that people look for, and also the amount of comments that it has. In this video, I will show you how important social proofing is, what it really means for you, and how you can use it in your business in order to gain some engagement on your content. Let's take a walk. All right, guys, let's go. Let's do this. All right, so now we're here on Google. We're going to do first is go to Facebook Ads Manager. Once you get to Ads Manager, we're going to go and create an ad. If you guys don't have an Ads Manager account, go ahead and Google how to set one up. As soon as you open that up, then you can follow through with this video, okay? For those of you who already have someone set up, that's fine, okay? So we're gonna go down here. I think I'm already logged into mine, so it's gonna probably take me straight through. And we're gonna go to create an ad, okay? Because I want to create an ad. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna create an ad for social proof, all right? So now when we get to this main page, this is the page that you get to decide what campaign you wanna run, right? So let's cancel that one out. We're going to do is go to Google. So you need a picture, right? So let's say I'm running, for example, you need a page. First of all, you need a Facebook account. You need a page that you can run these ads off of, because that's how Facebook works with their ads. So we need, let's say I have a relationship page, a page for people talking about love and just dating, right? So we're going to type in love in Google, and we're going to go to images. Now, guys, be mindful that when I go to images and when we do rip off a picture from here, that I'm only doing this for testing purposes. If you're doing this for ad revenue or just, you know, running to get customers to come through, I have heard and seen people who've gotten in trouble by just ripping pictures off and using it for advertisement. So if you are planning to rip anything off, try to remix it a bit, make it your own, or just make one entirely using, you know, outsourcing it to like Fiverr or whoever you got, because it's not really worth it to get into any legal trouble just for ripping off pictures online. But for this purpose, for like creating post engagement, things like that, and reconstituting content, you're fine. But if you're doing it for any monetary gain, just be really wary about that. All right. Let me see if I can find the one that I'm talking about in particular. Let me see. And this is the one that we're looking for, right? So that's the one we're going to use. Okay. So I've already saved it on my desktop, so we'll use that. So let's say this is the picture we're going to use for our ad. Okay. So we go back here to ad creation. We're going to go to engagement, right? So engagement is what we need, because social proof is very important if you want to bring a crowd to come and see what you got going on. Okay, this is what brings people's attention towards your product or whatever you're doing to promote to them, right? So you want to make sure that you have enough social proof to gain their attention. That's the first thing you're going to look for. Who else is like this? That's like the question in their head secretly. So we go down here after you hit engagement. You go down here. You make sure it's just on post engagements. If you want page likes, if you want to get more page likes for your actual page because you're really working hard on it, you can do that. But for this example, we're just going to do for this particular post. All right. So we're going to call this post engage for love, right? And we'll do that and skip all this. That's for split testing. That's really more advanced. So we're going to skip that. So now we need to give our ad set a name, right? Here at the top, we're going to give it a name and we're going to call it post engagement for love test. 2 T's. So I can tell it apart, right? So you go down here. Now we get to talk about our audience. This is where it gets fun. So in developing countries, period, are just the cheapest form of engagement. If you're doing United States, if you're doing Canada, if you're doing like UK, you're going to pay definitely a lot more. But remember, it's not about, we don't care who's liking our page, right? We just want people to like our stuff. We want some social proof to show people that, look, my product is worth looking at because I have other people liking and sharing my ad or my picture or my post. So you should too. That's pretty much what it's telling them, okay, right? So we're going to go down here. If you have a custom audience already built, for those of you who already know what custom audiences are, this is where you would add them, right? You go here and use saved audience if you already have that, and you can build a custom audience based off of that. But that's another topic. So we're going to stick to creating a new audience. And we're going to come down here, and of course the United States is the first one up there. Like I told you, it's definitely, you don't want to do that, right? So let's start looking for these countries. So let's pick a couple of developing countries. Would be like India. This is one of my favorite ones. We got Pakistan. And I also like to add Thailand, right? So Thailand is another great one. And I think that's more than enough, actually. I think if you add more Southeast Asian countries, Facebook will just be like, do you want us to just target the entire Southeast Asia continent or Asia continent? And I've done that before, and the engagement was great, and you get a lot of engagement really, really fast. But for this purpose, I just want to show you guys the ones that got me the exact results that I'm showing you, that got me over 4,000 likes for 2 posts in literally less than 24 hours and for less than $7. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this right now. So we got our our country set right now, right? And now this is another important. Now for age, I've done the research already. The best, the people who comment and share the best or the most are going to be people between the ages of 18 and 24. So just go ahead and put 18 and 24 here. All right, that they do, and leave both men for gender, all men and women. And we want people who can speak English, right? And all English, doesn't matter if it's UK or US, same thing. Down here, we're going to do detail targeting. The only thing here, this is the area where normally if you're going to run a different campaign, you can put like people who are interested in growing a business, because, I do affiliate marketing. So I would target people who do business or anything like that, or anything entrepreneurship wise. But here, because we want engagement, we just want people who at least love the idea of love, right? Because we're doing a relationship page. So you're going to go ahead and we're going to type in love. And we're going to click on the first one, because look at the size of that audience right there. Look, 965 million people in that. So perfect. They're going to target. Facebook will get its little minions to go target people who have anything to do with love, right? So it takes all the guesswork out for us. So we go down here. We're going to skip all this. We're going to come down. You can save the audience if you want to use it for a future post if you want to use it, right? So you don't have to go through the steps again, but we're going to go down here for this purpose. So automatically Facebook, for under placements, this is where your post will be, or your ad will be shown, right? So you want to have some control of that. So I'll show you which ones perform the best. So for this instance, you want to just keep only Facebook feeds open, right? Everything else can become unchecked. Instagram is a great one, but I'm going to tell you what, with Instagram, when you do this, you'll get likes on Instagram. That's
honestly the truth. I got more likes on Instagram than I did on Facebook. The problem is our goal is to get as many likes as possible within a 24-hour period, spending the least amount of money as possible, so that way you have more money to spend on your Facebook ads budget for the traffic and conversion campaign for the developed countries. So you want to save as much money as possible through this process. So the best way to do that is to just do the thing that works the best. And when you reconstitute, so after you get all the likes, right? I'm gonna slow it down. After you get all the likes, the engagement, after 24 hours, you're going to have over 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, whatever it is, right? Depending on who comments and likes. Instagram will have its own numbers and Facebook will have its own numbers. The difference is you get to take that information and all the like and all the post engagements from Facebook and put it in another campaign, so you can do another traffic campaign. So let's say if you had 1,000 likes during your social proofing campaign or the engagement campaign, you'll take all those 1,000 likes and you'll be able to reuse that. Now when you do a traffic campaign, all the social proof is there and it comes with it, so people will like and comment or even be more willing to click on your ad or whatever you're proposing to them, because it already has the proof there to proof with it. But the thing is, with Instagram, it did not carry through. When I did it on a recent project I just tested it out to see what engagements will carry through. Instagram didn't carry through. I'm still looking into how to, take the social proof that I got on Instagram and to reconstitute it or re-engineer it so that way I can use it again on another campaign. So right now we're going to undo Instagram. Just want to make sure you guys understand that, and audience network, so we don't need that either, okay? So it's going to tell you, yeah, by removing this, you're lowering the amount of people we can reach. That's fine, because Facebook feeds, this is what it's right there in people's faces, so they can't miss it. So we're going to roll down all the way down here to daily budget. I set that to $5. You can set it to run continuously throughout the day, but let's say you want to run and start, right? We want to make sure that we're not running it continuously and forgetting about it, right? Because you get so excited that you get all these post engagements. So you want to be able to say, okay, 24 hours is what I'm giving it, so 24 hours it is, right? So we're going to go down to here. I'm going to say let's say July 26th instead, right? We're going to July 26th. It's exactly 24 hours from that day. We're going to keep it moving, right? Post engagements. And so it's saying that the schedule is too short. So let's say 27th. Let's see if it likes that. Yeah, 2 days is good. So let's set it for 2 days. But you can stop it in 1 day because it was showing an error down there. So we're fine now. And it says it's going to go for the lowest cost as possible. And Facebook is pretty good at trying to not overdo it by overcharging you in any way. So they try to spend whatever budget you give them, they will spend it and do their best to spend it or burn through it within that given time that you give them. So give an amount that you can do. $5 is perfect for this post engagement, more than enough. So we're going to go down here. You want to skip all this. Sorry, you get charged per impression. So take that back. So you get charged per impression, and the delivery, the Facebook's goal is to get a post engagement, but you're going to get charged per person that sees it. But it's so cheap, I'm telling you, it doesn't even make a difference. So you run down here to ad scheduling. It's going to run as all time during those time periods. You hit continue. So when you go in here, this is where you're gonna want to create an ad. So we already have ad set up. We don't. So you need a page, right? So this is the page I'm going to be running it off of. So if you don't, you get to create one, right? And you can run it off of that page. So right now I already have this one. It's entrepreneurship, but for this example, I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to click single image, right? You're going to scroll down here and we're going to pick an image that we want. It's going to be the one that we talked about earlier, which was the wallpaper. Do you love? Love. So it's going to upload. Move my face here. There you go. And keep in mind, this dimension right here matters a lot. The dimensions there, if it's not right, Facebook will give you all these errors, and it's just a headache to just try to figure out what it was. It took me a long time to figure out what it was, and I failed to read this little section over here, which matters. So when you do search for your images or getting it created, make sure you give your designer these dimensions to work off of, and it'll be seamless, okay? And you'll be fine. And Facebook doesn't like a lot of words with their ads too, and this one works perfect. It just has I love you, literally. So here is where it gets fun. So under here where it says links, we're going to say here under text, we're going to say like to spread the love, right? Who would want to do that, right? So you're calling You're calling your audience to like this post to spread the love, right? It has a picture of somebody holding a hand that's in the shape of a heart, and you're gonna continue on now. That's like enough. It shows up right here. We don't need no call to action buttons. The call to actions is if you actually have like a lead, or you have something that they need to take action on, which is dropping their email or visiting another page. This is not the purpose for that, right? But I want to tell you something, right? Keep in mind when you're creating your ad, you have to create it as if it's going to be the final product. The way you format the text here, you will not be able to redo the text or the ad itself when you try to re-engineering it by taking the ad ID and using a current post, like an existing post. Because after you get your likes, your engagement, you're going to want to reuse it for a traffic campaign or conversion campaign or reach campaign. And you can take all your social proof with you, but what comes with it as well is everything you typed in this box right here will come with it. You cannot change it. If you do change it, you lose all of your post engagement. So all that, all the likes that you got in the comments and the shares all disappear because essentially you changed the core of the ad. It changes the message. So Facebook approved exactly what you put on there. So if you changed it, they're going to have to approve you. So they're going to consider it a brand new ad. So it's going to have a whole new ad ID. And you don't want to go through that. Trust. Okay, so build it out the way you want to. For this example, I'm keeping it simple. I'm just saying like to spread the love. All right. So come down here. We're going to skip the pixel. That's just another thing for the future as well. And we'll talk more about that later. So what you're going to do now is hit confirm, right? We have everything set up and you see all the check marks over here. All the check marks keep you there. That's what I use to keep myself in check. If there's a hazard button or whatever, I check it out and see what errors it gave me, like it did when I said 24 hours. And so I just put it for 2 days. And so you hit confirm. And so when you hit confirm, it's going to load up. And it's going to bring you up to this page right here and you are set. Okay. So right here it says publishing 3 of 3 and it's going to just show you that it's going to add it to your list, right? So this is the test that we did. So if you want to click it to see how it is, how your ad looks like, it's going to show you a picture of your ad here and all the data across from it, right? So right now it's currently in review. Facebook will look it up. It'll approve it. If it's approved, if it's not, you got to go back and fix whatever's wrong with it. Let me know if you run into any issues, because I've ran into a lot of issues sometimes with Facebook and they will deny you for some reason. It's usually because you have too much text on your picture or your content or whatever it is. But I like to explore new things and figure out problems with you guys. So if you guys have any issues, just shoot me a message, okay, on YouTube. And it's brand new, it's 0, so of course there's nothing there, but there you go. You just published your new ad. Congratulations. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example of that same ad that I ran for 24 hours to give you the proof that I'm looking for, right? So here it is, and we're going to hit view, right? And so when we hit view, you're going to see how much engagement I had. So this little dot right here back in January 6th, right, is when I had that ad published. And that ad, like I said, I ran it for 24 hours and look what I got. 12,141 people were reached. Over 2,400 people liked the post, right? And all I spent, look at this, whopping $2.50. So if you clicked on it, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the ad here and you're going to see all the engagement right there. Okay. And this is why it's important to set the ad up the way that you had planned to, because if you change anything, like I said, you're starting from scratch all over again. All right. So this is it right here. This is the proof to show you. And this is another one right here that I tested. And this one was like to spread the love. And I used 2 fingers and it was just 2 fingers. So I used two fingers that somebody had like drawn faces on, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I sent that to see how well it performed. Obviously this one outperformed this one. This is how you can kind of test. That was my way of testing which one was better performing. So I saw that one's better performing, but you can still see the engagement. Look, 990 people for 24 hours. I'm like, it's craziness. And 24 hours over here was like 1.6K, interactions that people had with this, including in comments. And look at this, 10 shares. And shares are hard to come by. So when they come, I'll receive them any day. So this is your proof, guys. I really hope that it helped. And there's so much more that I want to just, share with you. And I know that, look, you don't have to get a course to learn some of these things. You can definitely Google it. But I wanted to share and help somebody who's actually in the same position that I was and wanted to explain it in a way that I feel like was easily digested. So I didn't want this video to be crazy long, so I just kind of cut it short a little bit, so that way we can get exactly what you need. If you need further help, just comment downstairs, and look at that, it tells me my ads approved. Isn't that wonderful? So so you know, just comment down below. I'm really willing to help anybody who has any trouble doing, you know, whatever we discuss in the video. If it's anything more advanced, we can talk more on Facebook, and I'll give you my if you join the group down below, it's a link down there. I'll be happy to talk to you and converse with you more down there, okay, if it's anything more advanced.
Hey guys, I hope that was helpful. If you guys want more tips and tricks like this, just leave a comment below letting me know. But I've gotten most of this training is coming from the Facebook ads masterclass that I've taken and I'm continually still taking. And if you guys want to, you know, kind of just join in the free training that I have below, just click on the link below. It'll take you to a webinar where you can watch it. If it's for you, move forward with it. If not, just keep watching the free content I'm going to be dropping here on daily, so that way you can, you know, pick up stuff and ask questions, and you can work through the problems you may have. Okay, till next time, guys. See you.